Good morning, everybody. This is Terry Doherty, and I'm at the Mom's Choice Awards Filming Studio at Book Expo 2013. And I'm joined this morning by Lisa Rivard, author of I Am Stumped. We've got lots of activity going on, lots of noise and distractions this morning. I'm feeling a little bit like Aiden this morning.
A little bit like Aiden.
How can you help me? Because I'm feeling a little stumped.
Aiden is the main character in my story, and my story is titled I Am Stumped. And Aiden goes through the same troubles that all children in the world go through, and that is characteristic of being left out. So Aiden has his trials and tribulations and works a lot with conflict resolution in order to try to solve the problem of overcoming that feeling of being left out.
Friendship, that's a piece of the story, is so important to parents. Is, educating our children or helping our children understand the dynamics of friendship. What was the inspiration for you in creating and making Aiden's story unique?
Well, as I mentioned, Aiden goes through many trials and tribulations, much like every other child in the world. And for me personally, I was a teacher, I'm a former principal of an elementary school, and it would always break my heart to see kids in the lunchroom or on the playground playing by themselves. So for me, I took things personally, and I always told myself when I was an educator that I'm going to write a story about being left out so that kids can try to understand those feelings at a really young age, because even as adults we go through feelings of feeling left out or feeling like you're not included in something. And so it's really important that through life we understand how to resolve those problems for ourselves and for other people. So.
One of the things that I really liked about I Am Stumped are the questions at the end of the book. When you were selecting what questions you would include, who were you thinking about? Were you thinking about the educator asking those questions or the parent asking the child? Was it the reading that you were focusing on, or was it the concept of friendship?
It's a great question, because when I wrote the questions, I originally planned them for any parent or guardian reading the story, because it solves two issues. If the parent is engaged in the discussion questions with the children, they're digging into the deeper context of the text and bringing up meaningful conversation for the child and how to overcome problems. But it's kind of twofold. I also am an educator, and I know how important oral language development is for kids. And so being able to provide discussion questions where the child and the teacher or a parent can go back and forth really helps to build oral language acquisition. And those beginning conversations are what help build reading and writing capability in children. So it's kind of twofold. I have that educator lens when I write the questions, but I also wanted to make sure that the questions accomplished my goal of the story at the topic of feeling left out and getting kids to overcome that.
Now, I'm sure you've had plenty of opportunity to share the story. Is there one question from that list that periodically the response back from the children just sort of surprises you?
Yeah, I'm always surprised by 99% of kids raise their hand when I ask the question, have you ever felt like Aiden? And I'm always taken back, because the kids look around and they notice that even the most popular children, who in their head would never have that problem, also have that problem. Maybe it be at home, maybe they feel out, maybe they're the middle child. I've heard that story many times, and so they feel left out at home. But the children always raise their hand when I ask that question, and it provides an opportunity for me to talk about, well, what do we do in times where we're feeling, that confusion.
Yep, there's plenty of that going around here this morning. I'm so glad you were able to stop by and talk to us about Aiden and I Am Stumped.
Thank you.
Have a great BEA.
Thank you very much.